Hey everyone, today I'm in Rawlins, Wyoming, and we're here to visit a grave of a Western frontierman. Let me show you where we're at in the cemetery so you can find him if you happen to be here. So if you should happen to visit this cemetery, there's that wind turbine there, and I know there's several in the area, but that's the only one there, kind of near a little storage yard. There's an entrance right here. This is the 11th Street entrance because there's several street entrances here. You also see this rock formation there. And as you come into the cemetery, you're going to see this large marker that says Sun. And there are several Sun family members here. But you can see that there is a Mary Sun, October 24th, 1856 to April 25th, 1935. And then we have a Thomas Sun, February 28th, 1844 to June 5th, 1909. And that is the one that we're looking for right here in the cemetery. Some of the other Suns that are in here: Anastasia, February 26th, 1887, November 24th to 1889. And there is another Thomas Sun right here, and that is 1884 to 1975. And we have a L&E 1890 to 1974. One other Tom Sun right here, 1917 to 1981. We're going to tell a little story about this Tom Sun right here. If you notice in the cemetery, you got to be careful where you're walking. That is a prairie dog hole, and they're running all over the place. And you'll see the holes throughout the whole cemetery. It is a well-maintained cemetery. It's kind of out, almost a deserty feel, cowboy region. But let me tell you a little bit about Thomas here. Thomas Sun was born in Vermont, and his mother died when he was very young. He did have a stepmother, but he did not get along with her at all. At age 11, he decided to run away from home and seek an uncle in Montana. When he arrived in St. Louis, he met and became friends with a trapper named Dakota. Dakota taught him how to survive on the plains with the Native Americans, and they trapped along the rivers of Colorado and Wyoming. When the Civil War broke out, he was really too young for combat, but he did work with the Army on a construction crew in Oklahoma. After the war was over, he returned to the mountains of Colorado and Wyoming to further his trapping skills. He was then asked to join the legendary Boney Ernest to scout for the troops at Fort Fred Steele. The two scouts were in the Yellowstone country when they discovered a hunting party had been attacked. All of the men had been killed and the women were taken as captives. As they approached an encampment, Sun and Ernest stampeded native horses to create a diversion, and they rescued the women. The two scouts then took on a young, upstart frontiersman, and they taught him all the ways of life in the Wild West. Later on, that scout named Buffalo Bill presented Tom Sun with a rifle from his Wild West show. In 1872, Sun built a cabin on Sweetwater Creek in Devil's Gate, and the Sun Ranch was established. He made 2 trips to Oregon and brought back 4,000 head of cattle. He built his ranch into an empire covering more than 3 million acres and the largest operation in Wyoming. On July 20th, 1889, Tom Sun was one of 6 men who allegedly kidnapped and lynched local homesteaders Ellen Watson and her neighbor, business owner James Averill, claiming that they were cattle rustlers. When Sun was apprehended at his ranch, he admitted his involvement and named the other 5 men. All 6 were arrested and released on bond. 3 months later, the grand jury hearing the case adjourned without indicting the men because they could not find the 4 eyewitnesses that were called to testify. The large ranch stayed in the Sun family for 4 generations until 1977, when it was sold to the Church of Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints. The ranch contains the largest uninterrupted stretch of the Oregon Trail, and it is now a National Historic Landmark open for public visitation. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.